Hello, air signs. This is Nicole with Angelic Therapy and Healing. We are going to do something a little different than your weekly reading. We're actually going to be doing a monthly astrological reading for you for the month of May to kind of find out what's going on with life, anything that you need to know. We are going to try to keep it as short as possible because I wasn't planning to do astrological readings this month, but I find that the angels have plans different than mine, oftentimes. So since I'm here to give you their messages, I go with whatever their plan is. So they need to get you some specific messages for me. So we're going to see what they're talking about. You'll notice the cards are already out. I'm not going to cover what they are. If you want to know what the cards are, I will put that in the information box below. So read there. I'm not going to waste time with that. When I was praying and shuffling over the cards, I did ask, as usual, that you all receive at least one message. But cards were like popping out. So I went ahead and was just laying them out. So we will cover them in order here in a second, what your cards are. But they're already out for you. Thank you to everyone for subscribing. We are almost up to, we're getting close to that 15,000 point. So thank you for that. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for sharing the videos. For those of you that made donations, thank you for your kind generosity. It still floors me. I'll never forget the first few times I had people asking me to make donations. I was like, what are you talking about? Donations? And so yeah, so you educated me on that. I set up a donation button, but it just still amazes me that out of the kindness of your heart, you make these donations. And it does really mean a lot to me because, you know, we're all going through a lot of battles right now. I'm going through my own. So it is a great reminder that these readings are helping you. They're assisting you with the things that you're going through. And that does encourage me and keeps me going even on weekends that I don't have time to fit in a 6-hour block to do these monthly astrologicals for you, but that's what we're going to do. But I do appreciate that because it lets me know that these are really, really helping you. And that makes me very happy. It makes my heart happy. So thank you for that. Also, many thanks everyone for your patience and understanding. I'm still not able to do personal readings and sessions. As soon as I can, I will let you know. So stay tuned. Thank you for your love and your support and your prayers. With my own battle and stuff that I'm going through, you will be happy to know that God has delivered me some very much needed assistance to help get things taken care of with my retirement moving forward. So hopefully that will culminate in the very near immediate future. So thank you for your patience and your understanding and your support, and stay tuned because again, as soon as I can take appointments, I'll let you know. I'll announce it in the readings. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to have Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, and at the end we are going to come back and we will pull angel answer cards for all of you. I might as well go ahead and pull these over here. Okay. So Geminis. Let me see. Lift Allie up. See if you guys can see that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is while we're going over them, I'll pull them down here. So Geminis, looks like you are on the cusp of something beautiful, but you have a lot of doubt, a lot of worry. Because what your situation is, so for your situation, I have Angel of Balance. And you can see her, she's looking in this cauldron of liquid, and she's got the pyramids behind her. Many of you are feeling really out of balance because this card's all about being balanced emotionally, physically. It's also about honoring the things that we need, honoring our desires, honoring our choices. You see there's this new moon behind her. So many of you, you're wanting to start this new beginning. You're really wanting to start this new beginning, but you have a lot of doubts. You have a lot of worries. Many of you don't think it's going to happen. Some of you, maybe you had someone that maybe you're wanting to start a business and this potential business partner has not been forthright with you. Maybe they said they had finances to go ahead and front to get the business up and running. And then you find out that they don't have any finances. And you're like, dang, how am I going to pull this off? I don't have the money. I don't think I can get a loan. And all these fears and doubts and worries are just like spinning, spiraling in your head. But you are going to have your new beginning. It is going to be very successful, which is crazy that you have so much doubt. Your 3 clarifiers for your situation and or what's going to be your focus this month. You have the wishing well. This is all about wishes, creativity, our secret wishes, because you know the well, you have to drop that bucket really deep. It goes deep, deep, deep in the ground. So this is about really looking deeply. So maybe there's some secret wishes that you have hidden. But this can also be a warning that, you know, be careful what you wish for. But then you have the Star. And then you have the Child. So these 3 cards are all about you are going to have a very blessed, successful new beginning where your dreams are going to be coming true in the month of May. However, in order to have that, you do need to maintain a state of balance. Keep yourself centered. Because for some of you, what's happening is you're so overwhelmed and concerned about, okay, what if this doesn't happen? What if this doesn't work out? And then law of attraction, you start to bring in hurdles, roadblocks to the whole situation. So by maintaining balance and optimism and knowing that, okay, this is going to work out. This is going to work out. You're going to be able to see that start to come into fruition in the month of May. Now, as far as what's blocking you or keeping you from moving forward, you have the 7 of Winter. And the camera's too high. I can't tell if you guys can see that. Hopefully you can. At the bottom it says there is a better choice, not seeing things clearly, running away from the truth. And this card, it's all about taking the time to review your plan. It's also about, you know, evaluating the motives of others. Really taking a look at, you know, are they coming from a place of integrity? Are they being honest? Are they being forthright? You see how she's like cloaked and she's taking away real fast, and she's got this bottle, and she has gloves on. Like, she doesn't want her fingerprints on there. She wants no one to know that she stole that. She's got her hood up. She's gonna hide her identity. She's gonna make sure she doesn't have any fingerprints on it, and she's taken off. So for some of you, what's blocking and challenging is that someone's not being honest with you. They are not coming from a place of integrity. They're not coming from a place of honesty. They are not coming from a place where they're looking out for your best interest. It's getting more about, you know, not stepping into an unwise partnership. This can also be like things not going according to plan. So maybe for some of you, maybe you have been trying to change careers or start a business, and you've just had one hurdle after another. And it's just, things aren't going according to plan. And you're like, maybe I should just give up. Maybe I just need to, you know, this wish, this dream, this desire that I've had, maybe it's just not going to happen. But they're warning you to not give up. It is going to happen. It's guaranteed. You are going to have success. You are ready. The time is now. The time is here. They're saying something with your angel answer card's going to be tied to that. Okay. Now, for some of you, sometimes this card can be talking about self-deception. But for many of you, what I get is your self-deception is you're feeling as though, you know, see how she's in the cold. There's all this ice everywhere. So many of you, you feel like you are not going to be supported in this change. You are not going to get the help that you need. You are not going to get the assistance. So you're like thinking, maybe I just need to run in the opposite direction. Maybe I just need to be done. Maybe I just need to give up on this. Maybe this was a pie in the sky idea. But that's what's blocking or challenging you, because maybe there's been some hurdles because there's something you need to look at a little differently. Maybe there's some minor tweaks and adjustments you need to make, instead of just taking off and being done. For some of you, it could be an investor. Maybe you are believing maybe it's a self-deception because maybe it's a family member. And you think, okay, well, you know, surely they're going to come through with what they're saying. Surely they're going to do that. But there's, for those of you that you're involved or someone's involved in this situation there where they are not in a state of integrity and they're not doing the right thing, you know that. You already have a number of signs. So just trust those signs. And for others of you, this is really just that you not be so fearful that it's not going to work out. Because the winter cards, those are swords. It's really what's in your head. These are your thoughts. You're fearful it's not going to work out. You're fearful everything's going to fall apart. You're fearful you're going to fall through the ice. And that is what's blocking you from this successful new venture, this successful new beginning. It is blessed. It is going to be fruitful. It is going to be, your dreams are going to be coming true. And you do have the help that you need, because what you are unaware of is you have the one of keys. And at the bottom it says the Archetype. And this is all about value and wealth and success and abundance and achievement, career advancement. But this is a card that reminds us that you are in control of this situation. No one else is in control. You are in control. You are the one giving the orders. You are the one determining how this is going to go. They're encouraging you to take charge of your life. Take charge of this. You be in command of the direction of this. Also, they're saying to not give up. Because for those of you that are fearful, those of you that are fearful of not having support, I don't know if you can see, but at the top of this building, you see that row of people that are helping build this castle? You have a team of people that are going to help you build this. But the thing is, when you have a team of people, they're excited, they're ready. So for a number of you, you've got people that want to help, they want to assist, they want to help bring this dream to fruition. Be it they want to help you find a dream job, be it, and they'll do that through a reference letter, or be it they want to help you through resume, or they want to help you with financing, whatever it is. You have a team of people they want to help. They do. But they can't help blindly. You need to let them know what you need them to help with. See how he's given orders. He's given directions. Hey, you all go get the sand. You all go get the bricks. Because for some of you, you have people that want to help, but they're all just kind of standing around. Because they need some direction from you. And because you're in your head thinking that this isn't going to work out, you're not taking any action. You're not letting them know how they can help you. You're not letting them know how they can assist you. Which is just slowing down the success. So you are going to be having help come in this month. You are going to have success this month. They do not want you to give up. But that success and everything hinges on you knowing that you're going to have success. Knowing this is going to be fruitful. What the angels are recommending you do this month, they are recommending that you surrender your belief in scarcity. And across the bottom it says the universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. And this way you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. See how he's sitting in like the dark, and then there's this light, this illumination. There's like, almost looks like a keyhole underneath that bridge. The key to your success is you knowing that you're going to be successful. And you getting up off the ground and pressing forward. And changing your mindset. Because for a number of you, you are fearful that you're going to fail. You're fearful things aren't going to work out. You're fearful you're not going to have help. All the potential things that could go wrong are spinning over and over and over in your head, which is why you're stuck. But as soon as you think, okay, yes, I am going to succeed. Yes, this is going to work. Yes, I have been divinely guided in this new direction for a reason. And you know that you are going to be provided for, then you're going to be able to move forward. Now, as far as your archetypes, you have artist, and at the top it says light attributes, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. Shadow attributes, using talent as an excuse to mistreat others, posing as a starving artist to elicit pity. Again, it's all coming back to you are the creator. You are the one in charge. You are the one that's going to bring this to fruition for yourself. But it begins, you notice how that was saying that the dimension of life that's beyond our five senses, that's our psychic, that's our spiritual senses. If you can shift your mindset, and that's what they're encouraging you to do this month, shift your mindset. Start thinking and visualizing this being successful. Start visualizing and thinking that this is going to go in your favor. Your dreams are going to come true. You are going to have the outcome that you desire, because you are. But to make that happen, you need to start to know that. You need to start to visualize that in order to ground that, in order to bring it in. So they're encouraging you to do that this month. Visualize it. Know that it's going to happen. And it will. Now, the reason many of you are having troubles picturing that, you have the card adversity. And at the bottom it says, I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. You have faced some adversity, some challenges, some obstacles. Life is not easy. We come here in order to learn, in order to grow. And with this, you have had a lot of challenges. Which is why many of you have gotten to the point of you're just like, oh my gosh, this is never going to work. I'm just going to sit down on this side of the bridge because I don't think I can make it to that other side. You're so close. Things are about to change for you. Things are about to look up. You see how this needle is like pointing up? It's pointing upward. Things are about to go upward. They are about to improve. You are going to overcome these challenges and adversities. Any of these blocks, any of these hurdles, all these delays that you had, they're about to be over. They need you to know that, but they're also asking you to ask for their help. Because see how that pin needle's, it's upward? You have a whole team of angels, of assistants, of guides, and the other dimensions, the other realms. Look up, ask for their help. Ask for the help to remove any final roadblocks. Ask for their help to... They're saying for most of you already know what your steps are that you need to take. You just need to have the courage to take them and do them. You see how she's just kind of like staring in there, almost like daydreaming. I really wish this could happen. I wish this could happen. You just need to visualize it happening and ask them to help. And take the actions, because they're saying for a number of you, there are some actions to take, and just take those. And this kind of repeats a similar message. It's awakening ancient wisdom. At the bottom it says, deep inner knowing is emerging within me. And you're having so much divine guidance and wisdom and clarity being given to you at this time. You have a lot of signs, a lot of synchronicities. You know how they were saying they've given you actions and things to take? They're helping you bring this to fruition. They're helping bring in this blessed new beginning, this fresh start, to get you on this new path. So they're encouraging you to pay attention to those signs, take action on them. For some of you, pay attention to your dreams. If you have difficulty remembering your dreams, ask that Archangel Michael help you remember your dreams when you wake up in the morning. And any messages that they give you in the evening, ask that he help you remember them when you wake up. And then take action on them. The other thing, this is about wisdom. So for some, you know, we face challenges in life because we're learning, we're growing. We all come here with lessons and things that we're supposed to learn. So for some of you, they're encouraging you this month to take a look at some life patterns that you have. So for some, say if you look back through life, you'll see that when you have come upon situations that were challenging, where things just weren't going easy, they were taking a long time. If you look back at those and you see that, man, every time that happened, like I quit, I stopped, I threw in the towel and I ran in the opposite direction. And then afterward, hindsight, I was like, dang, I shouldn't have done that. I was so close. I was so close. But when you look back, like, you do that over and over and over and over again. Well, this is your final, like, big thing to become a master of that lesson. To not give up. To not succumb to any adversity and challenges that you have. To overcome them. To not give up in the 11th hour, 58th minute. But to persevere. To stick through it. To see it through. To see it to the end. So that you can see this blessed new beginning. They're encouraging you to take a look at that. So that you don't give up right before you have success. Because you are about to have it. Many of you, you're going to be seeing it happen this month in May. Now, others of you, they're saying if you do those things this month, you'll see it coming to fruition end of May into June. So, on to Libra. Let's see what you have for the month of May. And hang in there, Gemini. We'll come back and pull angel answers at the end. Okay. Let's move these. So for your situation, you have all tied up. You see here that she's bound. She's stuck. Many of you are feeling like you're stuck. You're feeling like nothing's moving forward. You're feeling oppressed. You are in a situation where you don't feel like there's anything that you can do. You don't feel like things are moving forward. You don't feel like you can move forward. You feel like this situation is keeping you stuck. It could be drama. It could be drama with lovers, family, friends. It could be a legal battle. But you are feeling totally bound and stuck by it. But many of you, they're saying these are like thoughts in your head that are keeping you stuck. But for most of you, you really are truly stuck because you do have a situation that is coming to an end. They're ending one path, they're putting you onto a new path. You know that you can't move forward on the new path until this path ends, and you're like, oh my gosh, when is this ever going to be over? Now, the interesting thing is, for your clarifiers, you have the book. You know, it's all about secrets, things that aren't revealed, things that are hidden. You have the choice, crossroad, and you have the stork. So for many of you, things are about to improve. You are about to have progress. Many of you, it's interesting when you look at the book card, you always look to the side that, you know, where are the pages? Where are the pages? Many of you, the reason you're stuck in your head is because you're really worried about how is this going to turn out? I don't know how this is going to turn out. Oh my gosh, it could turn out bad. I mean, it could turn out good. It could turn out bad. I just don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. You know, am I even going to have anything to build a future on? If I'm going to have anything to go down this new path. But it is going to turn out positive. Things are going to improve. You are going to be okay, so for some of you, you won't be unstuck in May, they're saying. I wanted to give you good news. I wanted to say that in May, you're going to be unstuck. Okay, you're not going to be unstuck in May, but you're getting closer. You are getting closer. I do see this culminating for many of you by end of June, July, the summertime, for those of you in the Northern Hemisphere. But to get yourself stuck and unbound, for many of you, it's a mindset. And it's also trusting and allowing this change, allowing this transformation, and to not fear the worst. Because that's what many of you are doing. Because what has you stuck is you have the Ace of Spring. And at the bottom this says, it's time to take action, be fearless, and happily pursue your most treasured dreams, amazing career opportunities. You can see you have this little robin down here. Robins are indicative of new beginnings. You have all these butterflies everywhere. You know, you see these like swirling motions. they're in the process of trying to transform your life. This is about, you know, having a perfect, fantastic opportunity that really will get you unstuck, that will get you moving forward, that will bring your wishes to fruition. But it also warns that in order to have that happen, all you need to do is just to have the courage to follow through. So for some of you, there's some steps, some things that you need to follow through and do. But what has kept you stuck is you haven't taken those steps because you're just so fearful. You're worried. See how she's like looking in this direction toward the past, almost like shy, like, oh, I don't know what the future, because with cards, this direction to the right, my right, which would be to your left, this is the future. See where this butterfly is? In the future, transformation, change. The future's illuminating her. But she's turned away from the future, and she kind of has her head angled toward it. That's how many of you are. You want this bright new future. You're going to have this bright new future. But because you're so afraid of how's this going to turn out, I really don't know. So I'm going to, even though I'm uncomfortable, even though I don't really like having my hands bound, I don't really feeling as though I don't have a choice, I don't really like being stuck, I'm just going to say it because I know this. And I'm just, God, you have not given me a super clear picture of how this is going to work out. I don't have all the details. Oh my gosh, I cannot release control. Many of you, it's a control thing. So I'll be darned if I'm going to move. I'm just going to stand here. I kind of want it. I'm kind of letting my head look to the future, but I can't take those actions. And for many of you, that's what's challenging you. They have been divinely giving you some steps and some actions to take, but they need you to have the courage to follow through on those action steps, even though you don't have the clarity as to how it's going to turn out. Because for many of you, that's what's been hidden from you. That's the details that you don't have. You are going to have this beautiful new beginning. You really are. But it does, you see you've got 2. This has 3, but they're saying this is the path, this is what they're closing for you. They're ending that. They're sending you on to a new path. So it's something is ending in order for something to begin. Even if you look at it energetically. As I know in a lot of these readings lately, because many of us are going through transformations where we're having to release lovers and jobs and situations in order to have something new. And I always say how God doesn't bring you something new and amazing until you let go of the old. And that's true. Because even if you think about it energetically, so say you go through a breakup and you're still thinking about that person all the time. You're always thinking about them. You're always hoping maybe it'll work out. Maybe he'll come back. Maybe we can fix this. Maybe it'll get better. You aren't open to receiving the love of a lifetime. Maybe God tried to end that relationship with that person so he could bring you in some divine love, some soulmate, someone that's going to, blow your mind, curl your toes. But God can't bring that person in because you are not mentally open to allowing that person to come in. You haven't let the ex go. So in your energy field, in your thoughts, all you're thinking about is the one that's gone, the one that's gone, the one that's gone. So energetically, in the love department, that's who's filling your space. That's who's filling your energy. You are not open to receiving a new love. So you could meet that love at the grocery store. You could meet them at a party, but you're going to turn him or her away because you aren't open to it. It requires truly fully letting that person go, truly fully letting that situation go so they can bring in the new. So for many of you, they're encouraging whatever your action steps are that they're guiding you to move forward, take those action steps, even without the details. Because most of you are not going to get the details. You're just not going to have the details. But it's about trusting. You will have a positive career change. You will have a positive new beginning. For most of you, this is love, career related. It could be for some of you love. But for most of you, it's work, it's career, it's a life path. It's big changes, big decisions. And what you are unaware of, what you don't know, is you have this 8 of Scrolls. And this is, again, paths unknown. Swords, these are thoughts. This could be self-pity, being paralyzed because of doubts and fears and worries, stuck because of disappointment, stuck because things didn't work out well in the past. But what they're warning you is with this card is don't be too attached to a specific outcome or a specific expectation or a specific plan. Just release the control and allow the unknown to happen. See how she's standing here and she has this bag full of all these scrolls. So for most of you, you are like the ultimate planner. You've got an A plan, and a B plan, and a C plan, and a D plan, and an E plan, and you go clear down to triple A plan. You don't need to have a plan. Your plan isn't what's going to happen. God has a better plan. Allow that plan to unfold. Your biggest thing is for most of you, is to release control. What's unknown to you is you are going to have success. They are releasing you from one path to bring you onto a new path, but the new path is so beautiful. Look how illuminated that is and how gorgeous that is. They're taking you off this. They don't even want to have you on a path that's kind of illuminated because they're like, oh no, that's not amazing. He needs something amazing. We're going to take him down here. Maybe your path would have taken you here. You're like, okay, I'm going to let this go. I'm going to let this person's situation go, and I'm going to go down this new path. But that's still not the blessed path. That's not the ultimate path. That's not like your dream come true path. They want to take you down here, but the way they're going to take you down there is not how you envision. It's not what you expect. It's so much more. There's this country song, Jesus Take the Wheel. For some of you that they're like playing that in my head. You need to let God take over. You need to let, for those of you, Jesus, you need to let your angels, you need to let them take this over. Because what you don't realize this month is by releasing your control, you're finally going to get unstuck. Many of you, you are stuck because you are so specific about what you want. Yeah, okay. They told me to hold a second and look at your cards as to what they're recommending that you do because they were starting to cover what you need to do. Okay, so you have the ability to create. We're all creators. We have the ability to create. You want something beautiful. You know you have to have this ending to have a new beginning. You know that. One of the things that's causing some of you blocks is you're very, very focused on the details. So you have these two cards. You have surrender to creativity. At the bottom it says, let your imagination soar. Stay open to receive creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. Again, it's not going to be exactly like you think. Don't be closed off. Like if you have some idea or some thought or some sign, synchronicity, some message, they keep giving you over and over and over. Do this, do this, do this, do this. No matter how much you try to ignore it, they still keep reminding you, do this, do this. They're not going to stop until you do it. Like these astrological readings, I was trying to barter with Archangel Michael. I was like, look, I have laundry I need to do. I need to do dishes. I don't have time to have my whole day eaten up with readings. I would love to get your messages out, but I really, I need some clothes, clean clothes and clean dishes. And I really, yeah, he was going to bargain with me. So I didn't have time to do it yesterday. And this morning he came in and he said, we were serious when we told you we wanted you to record astrological readings this weekend. I'm like, okay, all right. I will do that. I know it will help people. As long as you make sure I've got clean clothes, Archangel Michael, and clean dishes, we're all good. So they're taking care of that. But my plans are not always the best. And I have learned at times that I've tried to do things my way, that just causes more issues, more delays. And I have learned that if I just, accept and do what they're doing, it doesn't even have to be something like doing readings. It can be, they tell me that I need to go run an errand on a certain day. Like, I'm like, no, I'm going to go pick that up, next week. And they're like, no, you need to go get it today. Like last week, I need to go get these new containers. And they match a bunch of containers I already have. And I'm like, well, no, I don't have time this week. I'll go next week. And they're like, no, you need to go now. And I'm like, well, I don't understand why I need to go now, but okay. And then I got there and there was this huge discount and savings that was only that day. So had I not listened to my guidance and done it, I would have been paying a lot more money. So in everything big or small, listen to your guidance. Many of you, you're getting guidance about the situation that's not necessarily what you want to hear. It's outside of the box. And they're giving you these outside of the box creative ways to bring about your transformation. You see how she's, I don't know if you guys can see that. She's standing in this field and the sun is going down. And there's only 2 butterflies in front of that mirror. But if you look at the mirror, there's a ton of butterflies in that mirror. So the way you're seeing things aren't necessarily as they are. You're not getting the whole picture. So they need you to know you don't have the whole picture, and that's okay. You don't need the whole picture at this time. All you need to do is to allow them to give you this guidance. Because creativity is, what do we do to create something? Like if we want to create a business, yeah, we can have the idea, but yeah, I want to create a business, but at some point, we got to put rubber to the road. We have to take actions. We have to set up an LLC. We have to find how we're going to finance the business. We have to set up a web page. There are things just 3D, as boring as it is, just steps that you have to do. Things we have to do. You're trying to create this new path. They're trying to help you create this new path. They are giving you action steps that don't make sense to you. You're looking at it, you're like, I don't see how this is going to help anything. I don't see how this is going to work. Why are you going to waste my time? They need you just to trust, surrender. If they are giving you an action step to create this future that you desire, which you are going to have, just trust and take it. Now, don't blindly take it like if one day you get some action step and it's only come to you one day, hold off on that. But if they keep giving you the same repeated action step over and over and over, and you cannot even ignore the guidance, then you need to take that action step, even if it doesn't make sense. The other thing is many of you need to visualize how this is going to happen, but not with all the details. You have visionary light attributes, capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim. Sorry, you guys aren't going to be able to see it. When I have it toward you, I have a complete glare and can't read it. Willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. And then the shadow attributes, selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. So for some of you, what they need you to do this month is to envision this new beginning, envision this outcome, envision this thing that you wish to create. But do not do it in so much detail that you're blocking them from bringing it in. So say, for example, people that want to visualize a new love bug. And they're like, okay, I want someone, he needs to be 6 feet tall. He needs to have brown hair. He needs to have a good tan. He's got to have green eyes. He needs to make at least $90,000 or more. He needs to live in this vicinity from my home because I don't want to be driving late at night to go visit. And he has to have a stable family. So his parents still have to be married. And he's got to be neat and tidy because I don't want to have to be cleaning up after this man. And no kids. And he's got to be very social, and before long, here's this massive scroll-length list of this perfect man that you're trying to visualize. And then they wonder, well, why can't I ever find anyone? Well, because they can't find someone that fits that list that's going to work for you. So since you are committed to that list of he's got to have these 80 qualities, and I'm not going to accept anything less, well, then you're alone and single. Until you can just say, I desire a love connection with someone that is deep. And you can put a couple personal things in there. Say you want someone that is tall. Be like, I want someone who is tall, but I want someone that I can have a deep connection with. I want someone who will compliment me and compliment my life. I want someone who I can be open and love unconditionally, who will love me unconditionally and value me. And if you put it more as to how the feelings, what you want to feel, how you want to connect with that person, and you can put in a physical thing, like, I'm a person that I'm a tall woman. I need a tall man, otherwise I will tower over him. If I wear heels or anything, you can put a personal request in there. Just make sure you're not so specific that they can't bring you anything. For many of you, what they're encouraging you to do with this situation this month, they need you to just visualize a positive outcome without, they're saying limitations, without all these limitations. So for most of you, since it's like a work legal situation. Okay, so take for example my retirement, okay? So for many of you, what they're wanting you to do. So instead of me visualizing, okay, I want my retirement and I want it to be this month and I need to retire by this date and I want my Purple Heart by this date and I want this amount of my back pay and girls, Allie, Miss Allie, Miss Allie. Apologies, the neighbors are walking 4 dogs all at the same time. Apparently it was way too much for the Yorkies. My Nerf gun doesn't spray that far. I need to get a new one. Now you guys know my secrets. When they get too loud, I have little Nerf squirt guns with water in them. And as soon as the water touches their little behinds, they tend to quiet down. But they broke my favorite one. They knocked it down. So I have to get a new one. Okay. Visualization. So apparently for many of you, this is a really big deal because the girls freaked out at this moment. So take, for example, my retirement. I could visualize, I want this date, this amount of back pay, my Purple Heart with this date, I want this is the outcome I want, and I could be super detailed. Because for many of you, you keep visualizing with super detail. But that's blocking you. Because God's going to bring you the things that you desire and then some, but it's not going to be exactly how you picture it. So better way for, in like my situation to visualize would just be, God, I'm ready to be medically retired. I'm ready to be retired from the military with the things I'm deserving to receive, and leave it there. Period. Just leave it there. Let God take care of the rest. So for many of you, that's what you need to do. You just need to ask God and visualize while you're doing it. I want to start maybe you want to start a jewelry business. God, I want to start, I am ready. And I always start like when there's a goal, when there's something that you want, vocalize it, say it out loud. So if, for me, I am ready to be retired from the military. If you're race service, I am ready to open a new spiritual center. I am ready to open my jewelry business. I am ready to change careers into marketing. The I am will help bring that to you. The vocalizing it out loud will help you claim it. So you can visualize, God, I am ready to open a successful jewelry business where I can provide for myself and bring value to others' lives. And just stop. Just leave it there. Let God take care of the rest. Because for many of you, it's not moving because you are blocking yourself and keeping yourself bound. Because these restrictions that you put on everything. So, okay, let's get wrapped up. We've got one more. So, judge, light attributes, balancing injustice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power, shadow attributes, offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal or criminal authority. So, for some of you, this is a legal battle. They want you to know things are going to come into balance. You just need to trust that. And for some of you, you need to forgive. So for some of you that it's a legal battle and other people have done you wrong, what they're encouraging you to do this month is to do forgiveness for those people. Because for some of you are stuck and not moving forward because you need to forgive them. The thing to keep in mind is that we always come into these lives that we have to learn, to grow, to evolve. So even though it may not seem like it, that con man, that person that did you wrong, they actually have done that for your highest good. You had an agreement that when you came in this lifetime, they were going to do you wrong. They were going to do something unethical, immoral, illegal, to put you in a really bad situation. But they were going to be doing that to help you grow, help you learn how to navigate through those type of situations, help you learn how to have those conversations, those negotiations. Also, for some of you, teaching you patience and love and compassion despite adversity and challenges. But there is a lesson that you are learning from this situation. So just keep in mind, because for some of you, there's, like, they were giving me images of you when I said that you need to forgive them. With some of you are like, what? Not happy at all with that. But keep in mind that this is because this is huge. With those of you who are going through this thing that you're having to let go of, it's big. It's not like, oh, I need to let go of that pair of shoes because they're beat up. No, this is huge. This is life-changing. Your life is about to be altered as soon as this is gone and this new start kicks in, which you are going to have a new start. It's big. This is a big life lesson of yours. So keep in mind, even though it doesn't physically seem like it, they and you made this agreement before you came into this life that they were going to do this to you to help you learn this lesson. Just forgive them. You don't need to know all the details. If you want to do, typically if you do a meditation and you ask your team, they'll be able to give you those details as to why and why this all played out. But you don't even need that. All you need to do is a forgiveness. You do a forgiveness letter. Ask God, Jesus, the angels to come in and help you forgive them. Because once you forgive them, that's going to free you up. And that's what they're encouraging you to do this month. And some of you, they're also encouraging you to stop beating yourself up. Because you are beating yourselves up. Okay. Since they seem to have given you 2 of multiple cards, you have indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. So for many of you, you're fearful because you don't know what the outcome is going to be. They are giving you a lot of intuitive guidance. They're not giving you physical guidance. They're giving you signs, synchronicities, and all of that stuff. But you are having difficulty making decisions and taking action steps because you're fearful of how it's going to work out. What they're encouraging you to do this month is trust. They're giving you repeated signs and synchronicities and messages. Make the decision. Take the actions. Don't allow yourself to continue staying stuck because they're encouraging you. So for some of you, they're encouraging you to forgive those people so you can free that energy and move forward. Whatever they're encouraging you to do, make the decision to move forward in that this month. And let that fear go, because that fear is which is why many of you don't want to take the action steps. You're like, okay, well, I don't know how this is going to work out. Loneliness. I know that I am never alone. So for some of you that this is a love relationship, sometimes we have codependency. We don't want to, because we all come in, every single one of us comes in with baggage from past lives to heal and to release. And most of us, majority of humanity has if not all, has a fear of abandonment, a fear of being alone. And sometimes that can become an overdrive where they don't want to be alone. Like they will hold on to a toxic relationship despite, they never see the person, they never talk. When they do, it's arguments. I mean, it's just a miserable, unhealthy situation, but they'll hold on to it because they just don't want to be alone. For some of you, they want you to know it's okay for you to be alone. Because instead of focusing on building a relationship with someone else, you need to focus on building a relationship with yourself. Loving you. Because for some of you that you held on to a toxic person, a toxic relationship, if you look at it, many of you have done it because it's, wanting to prove that you're worthy of their love. So maybe no matter how little they do for you, and no matter how out of balance, they're showing me scales, no matter how out of balance, like you're giving it all and they're giving nothing, no matter how off it has been, you still try and you still try and you still try. And deep down, if you're to look at that and start doing some of the soul work, you'll see for many of you a trend throughout your life with your parents and your friends and past lovers where you always will go well above and beyond everyone else, trying to prove that you are worthy of their love. But you don't need to prove your worth to anyone. So for somebody that this is a relationship you need to let go of, you don't need to prove your worth to them. You are worthy. You are lovable. You are magnificent. You are amazing. You have just forgotten that. Along the way in life, you've forgotten. And they're encouraging you in the month of May to remember that. And to take time this month building a relationship with you. Not with anyone else, not caring what other people think. And for some of you, allow yourself to be at home. Be by yourself, because we can't do the healing work if we're constantly in someone else's company, if we're constantly busy and doing activities. It does require taking time alone at home to release any emotions and feelings and things that are keeping you from loving yourself, releasing any guilt, forgiving yourself, but coming to a place where you're just loving yourself. And the last thing is rising above. They're encouraging all of you to rise above the situation. Yes, it seems bad right now. At the bottom of the card it says, I see only beauty and grace. You see she's coming up out of this lotus flower. Lotus flowers come up out of dirty, muddy, murky, nasty water. You are like the lotus. You are about to rise up above and out of this situation. Now, for some of you, okay, so for all of you, what they need you to know is that this, you are about to overcome this. You are about to be free of this. You are about to be untied. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Now, again, for some of it could take a little bit of time. It's not going to take a year or anything, but it could take through like July or so. But you are going to rise above it. Now, for others of you, muddy, murky water. So you've had friends, you've had relationships, you've had situations that have been toxic because you're leaving one situation to move into a new situation. You're letting the icky, dark go so you can be on a new path. They're encouraging you this month to allow the release of those people. Release of the people, release of the situation. Some of you, release of the emotions. So for somebody that you need to forgive someone that's been toxic in order to move forward, that's because those feelings are keeping you stuck. So by releasing those, you open yourself up. But they're encouraging you to do that this month in order to rise above. And free yourself of it, because many of you, you are on the cusp of something new. You are about to break free of this path and jump onto your new one. You're very close. Okay, so come back for your angel answer card and last. And I'm not going to lift up all your cards unless there's details. I see Aquarius, because I think you have the camera close enough. And I have both Yorkies sitting in my lap now, so... Wow. All three of your signs. Like at first glance, it doesn't look good, but it is. Okay. So for your situation, Aquarius, you have appreciation. This is all about choosing gratitude. Because you do have a lot to be thankful. You see how she's got her back turned. Actually, I'm going to hold this up so you can see some detail. So she's got this rose bush over here, and it's just blooming. It's gorgeous. It's got this light coming down on it from above. But she's holding on to her hanky, and she's facing this brambled, beat-up dying bush. Many of you are not feeling appreciated by others. You're not feeling valued. Could be you're not feeling valued and appreciated by your organization, your company, some of you, your family, some of you, your lover. And some of you just kind of like wanting to turn your back on it, turn your back on them, turn your back on the situation. It's just like, okay, I've had enough. She's got her hanky. It's been very sad, very difficult, very emotionally trying for you. But she has so much to be thankful for. She thinks things are horrible, things are dead, things are over. She has nothing to be thankful for. But if she turned around, she'd see this beautiful illumination in this rose bush that is thriving. Many of you are having difficulty, she's facing the past. Many of you are having difficulty flipping, moving into the future. Because there's something that has not been culminated here in the past. Yet. Clarify your situation. You have the magnifying glass, and this is all about really taking a closer look at something, taking a closer look at it in order to have a new perspective. You know, looking at the small, minute details of a situation. Now, in contrast, it can also be about, you know, obsessing over something, like something emotional. Because when we obsess and we overanalyze and we're focused, like laser focus on that, it blocks clarity. It blocks clarity of what to do with the situation, how to move forward. It blocks clarity in things in all other areas of life. It can also be talking about a legal investigation, a legal matter, a financial audit. Then you have the flowers, bouquet. It's all about happiness and recovery and our well-being, a positive change. Sometimes it can be like a beautiful invitation. You've got this note that's attached there. And then you have stars. Guidance, healing, reassurance, a new path, wishing upon a star. But it's also something that is destined, that is fated, that is preordained. It is written in the stars. This ending is going to happen. It is an ending that you're about to, or you are in, okay, it hasn't officially ended, but you are about to have it end. So, now what is blocking you? But don't, okay, so for some of you, this isn't, so me saying this is ending, it's not a surprise to you. You know that something's ending. You've just been unable, for many of you, emotional reasons, have been unable to move forward. But you know that the ending is coming. You know that the ending is near. And for many of you, you even know that things will get better on the other side of it. Because they're saying like it's a... because these cards also altogether are about dreams coming true. But also dreams coming true like a blessing that's in disguise. Like this thing that is leaving and dead and over is a blessing because it's bringing you this. So even though it's difficult to let the situation, the person go, it's what's going to actually turn your life around. Okay. They told me I have to turn these cards around, speaking of turning around. Okay. So what is blocking you? What's challenging you this month? What is keeping you from moving forward? You have this King of Water. And at the top it says knowledgeable, experienced, fair-minded, unemotional. And at the bottom it says get advice from someone professional and objective. Public speaking, unemotional relationships. So as a person, this would be the King of Swords. He's someone who's impartial. He's fair. He is unemotional. If you're looking for a lover who's all very romantic and sharing their feelings and showing their feelings, and they like to take long walks and do candlelit dinners, he's not your guy. He's not a bad guy. He's just not an emotional guy. He's just not. I mean, he has emotions. He's just not going to discuss them or show them. But he's very professional. He's an amazing speaker. He's very charismatic. He would be the CEO of a company. He is very... very high. So if it's someone within your company, this would be someone who's very high on the totem pole. This could be a senior executive, a senior leader, a senior manager. So for some of you, what is blocking? So for some of you, this is a lover that there hasn't been emotion in it. Things are not going well. You don't feel a connection with them. So for some of you, it's a relationship with someone that you are hesitant to end. Like, it's toxic. You know that it's not going well. But you haven't called off the relationship. You haven't ended the relationship yet. That's what's blocking you. That's what's keeping you stuck in this state versus moving forward. Some of you, it's like these minor details and these things, like so it could be like lack of compatibility. Like, okay, I know these big things are coming in and happening, but like if I really looked at it, like, is this a relationship I really want? I mean, it's been like this for 2 years. It's not going to change. People rarely change. So for some of you, they're saying like you've stayed in a relationship because you kept thinking, well, maybe it's going to change. Maybe it's going to get better. But it's not. And you've been thinking about ending it, but you haven't. Because for some of you, you keep thinking, maybe it's going to turn around. Maybe he's going to appreciate me. Maybe it's going to grow and blossom. And they're trying to get you to flip. They're trying to get you to move to the future. Now, for others of you, this can be unemotional relationships. It could be with work. It could be dealing with the government. It could be a situation at work involving discrimination. Or any situation involving discrimination. It's, the King of Winter, he's all about status. This could be about status and acclaim. You being recognized and appreciated. So for some of you, some of you don't even feel, so for some it's not like it's a big breakup thing or losing your job. Some of you, it's just like, you've accomplished something for your organization. You were expecting to be acknowledged for that. You thought that you would be recognized. You would maybe be promoted. You would be recognized for the things that you have done because of the professionalism, because of maybe you put some new system program in that saved the company money, and you have not been recognized. Because this is about winning acclaim, status, being recognized, acknowledged. You have not. which is why, you know, you're stuck and frustrated. You're just like, I did this. Why aren't they recognizing this? This happened. Why aren't they recognizing this? Why aren't they recognizing my contributions? Why aren't they recognizing my efforts? So, and for some of you, this is like a financial, like they're saying like a financial recognition. So maybe some bonus or something that you get from work. But you aren't receiving the recognition. For some of you, there's even like a legal battle because of it. But they're saying like it can't be changed. This has to play out. This is fated. This is destined by the stars. For some of you, because like, so they're saying for a number of you, this thing has been going on for a while. It's about to come to an end. It's about to come to a close. It's fated. It's going to happen. This ending, it's going to happen. It's a blessing in disguise. It's bringing you to better places. For some of you, they're encouraging you to shift your perspective. Shift your perspective. Shift the way that you're looking at it. So, because sometimes if we are change agents, so say it's something in your company, say that you have been discriminated, say something you have been wronged. Maybe you were wronged by a senior leader. And now you've taken it and elevated it above that senior leader, but they're still not doing, maybe you're a whistleblower and they're still not doing anything about it. You're like, what in the world is going on? Why don't they see what's happened? You know, why can't I move forward? Why can't things get better? They're encouraging you to change your perspective, because when you are an agent for change, things take time. There's bureaucracy. It doesn't happen overnight. But while you're going through it, instead of thinking, so they're saying for some of you, instead of obsessing over why isn't this happening? Why haven't I been acknowledged? Why haven't I received the bonus? Why haven't I seen things get changed? Why hasn't this happened yet? Shift your perspective. Shift it to knowing, okay, there are some details that I'm not aware of. I have faith. I know God is going to have this turn out. It is going to be blessing. So for many of you, you are going to financially recover from this. You are going down a destined, blessed path. But they're saying just start being thankful for what you have today. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, I don't have a culmination to this, I don't have an ending with this. Instead, focus on, I have a job. I'm being paid. And I have what I need to take care of myself and my family. And I have this beautiful flower. And I'm well provided for. And start just being thankful for the things that you have instead of focusing on what you don't. Because for some of you, you're creating blocks and delays because you are so focused on how this is stuck and this is not moving. You are not thinking about anything else. So since you are not in a state of gratitude, that is causing some blocks. So if you can just shift your perspective, because for many of you, this is destined. This is going to play out how it's going to play out. You've already done what you need to do to put the wheels in motion. You're good. You just need to get yourself to a good, positive, optimistic mindset while the rest of it plays out. And the best way to do that is to start being thankful for what you do have. Because as we are thankful for what we have, we start noticing we get more and more and more blessings and more blessings. And then before you know it, bam, this is a blessing and this is over. So you can move forward. So they're encouraging you to shift that perspective. Now, as far as what is unknown to you or what you need to be aware of this month, you have the intricacies in industry, 7 of Scrolls, and he's building this cathedral. And this is all about being diligent, paying attention to the details, you know, crossing your T's, dotting your I's. This card's also a reminder that things take time. This has taken quite a bit of time. A number of you, you're ready for this to culminate and be over. You are very close, but you know, you can't build this gorgeous cathedral that will stand the test of time overnight. It's not a press board home. It just doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, which is why this has taken so much time. So for some of you that you are change agents for your organization, maybe you were a whistleblower, maybe you were bringing things to attention so that it gets fixed for the betterment of other people. When you are making large changes like that, it does not happen overnight. But your team is thanking you for having the courage to do that, to help things for others, to improve others' lives. Because in essence, that's what you're doing. For those of you that this is an organization or a legal battle or something that you're doing, it's ultimately going to help others, which is why it's taken some time. But you have been protected during it. They want you to know you are still protected. The thing is, you do need to pay attention to details, because for many of you, you are coming to the end. It could very well be this month you're going to sign some legal documentation, some contracts, some agreement, some settlement. You do need, see, I've got all these little scrolls here. You do need to pay attention to the details. Read the fine print. Have your attorneys look at it. If you don't have attorneys, hire attorneys. Have them look at it before you sign anything. They're encouraging you to do that this month. Pay attention to the details. Pay attention to what you're signing. Pay attention to what you are agreeing to. Make sure all your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted, that you are taking care of all of your due diligence. Similar messages with this 17, the lookout. This is a major arcana. You are the only ones in these spreads that have a major arcana. It's the lookout. This is also about be alert, be on the lookout. You are in the midst of a battle that is culminating, that is coming to an end. You see the ship's about to totally burn up and go down the bottom, be done. This ship is about to go down. This situation that you've been in, it's about to go down. Think of it like the tower. It's about to go down. You're within days of this being done and going down. This can be a loss of a job, loss of a romance, loss of a career. But this is a loss that you know is coming, and for many of you, you've actually been wanting it to end. And it doesn't have to be something that dramatic. So for some of you, maybe, you're finally going to leave this job and move to another job. But if you get for a large, it's something big. Which is why he's facing this direction with his magnifying glass. And that's a warning. What is it that you need to focus on? You need to focus on, which is, okay, they're saying that's why they told me to swap the cards earlier. Okay, because that one came out first. You need to be on the lookout, paying attention to the details, because this situation is going to end. This romance is going to end. It is going to end. While it's ending, they really need you to pay attention to the details. And also for some of you, pay attention to the things that aren't being said. Pay attention to those signs. Have a plan. Have a backup plan. So maybe you go through negotiations and they don't come right out offering which you were expecting to receive. Have a B plan, have a backup plan, and continue to negotiate. But this month they need you to look out for yourself. The main way you're going to do that is to pay attention to all the details. But the good news about that means that this is going to be culminating for the majority of you this month. Now, what they recommend you do this month, you have surrender low self-esteem. You deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. So for many of you, you're just not feeling good about yourself. Because you've just felt stuck for so long. For many of you, you have been obsessing over, like, how's this going? You have this lover card, and it says light attributes, great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something, shadow attributes, obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructive devotion. So for some of you, that this is a romantic partner that you're releasing, a relationship that's ending. When we are obsessive, it affects our mental health, our well-being. It affects our self-esteem. See how she's leaning toward the past, and she's like got her eyes closed, and she's got this heart clenched. So for some of you, but she's by herself. She doesn't have anyone there with her. So for some of you, you have been the only one trying to make this. So for those of you this love, you've been the only one trying to make this relationship work. The only one. It's not intended to work because they're trying to free you up to bring someone new in. But for some of you, because you tried so hard and you're like, why isn't he or she loving me back? You know, some of you begin to question, you know, like what's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. You're magnificent. You're amazing. This just isn't your destined path. That's all. You're destined for something greater. This relationship was to help you learn how to love yourself. For others of you, this obsession is just obsessing over the situation. You know, they were saying earlier that for many of you, so for most of you, they're saying, be it you're obsessing over the relationship, you're obsessing over the situation that's coming to an end, that you have forgotten yourself in the process. So for some of you, because you've been so focused on that, maybe you've been stress eating and you haven't been working out, you haven't been taking care of yourself, and now you're feeling like an Oompa Loompa, and then you're just frustrated because things aren't ending, and now you're just not feeling good about yourself. This month, they're encouraging you to release the stress, the worry, the obsessing, the focusing on it nonstop. Just start showing appreciation for life. This is destined. This is coming to an end. The thing you do need to focus on this month is, as you're signing contracts, you're doing negotiations, do pay a lot of attention to those fine, small details. If you're signing anything especially. But other than that, they're encouraging you to start loving yourself again. Start taking time for you. They're encouraging you to allow yourself to release this. Now, tied in with those two things, you have judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. So some of you, they're encouraging you to stop judging yourself. That's in play with the self-esteem. You have been beating yourselves up. There's nothing to beat yourselves up over. Some of you, they're encouraging you this month, in order to get back to a place of loving yourself and building your self-esteem, to forgive yourself. For others, they're encouraging you to forgive the other parties, be it the lover, be it the parties in the work situation, to do forgiveness letters for them, forgiveness letters for yourself. And for some of you, they're saying, because you tried really hard to make this relationship work, you really, really tried. But you need to remember, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. And you know, when we're going through a breakup with someone that we really, really care about, we really thought we were going to be able to build something or have something with them, stability with them, and it's not going well. Sometimes in this, you know, the processes, the stages of releasing that relationship, releasing that person, you know, people can tend to sometimes get into a situation where they're like, oh, well, just something's wrong with him, and he just doesn't see how awesome I am, and he is this and he is that, or she's this and she's that. They're encouraging you to rise above that. This person, he, she can't give you what you need because of their own lessons and their own things that they're going through. Because, you know, the King of Winter, he's just, you know, not emotional. He's just not. That's just who he is. So for some of you, maybe you are very emotional, and he doesn't show emotion, and he doesn't communicate. It's okay. It doesn't make him a bad person. That just makes the two of you incompatible. You just are bad to be in a relationship together. You may be amazing friends, just not good lovers, not people to build a life together. But that doesn't mean he's bad. So just know that for those of you, this is a relationship that's ending. He's going through things. He's experiencing things. It's no reflection of you. You just need to release him and allow him to grow and move forward in his life. And releasing him allows you to move forward in your life. And some of you just stop judging and being so critical and hard on yourself. And last card is accepting what is. At the bottom it says, I accept and embrace my inner majesty, because you are magnificent. This card really is all about accepting your life as it is. As it is. Being in the present moment, because when we are in the present moment, we're not worried about the future. We're not worried about the past. We're not worried what's going to happen. how it's going to happen, because we can create blocks for ourselves, versus they're encouraging you just to accept what it is. Accept that this person's situation, they are falling away for your life to improve. And just accept it and allow it to fall away. And stay in the present moment and stay in a state of gratitude. Now for some of you, they're pointing out this white hawk. Is that white hawk? White hawks. Oh, they're magnificent. If you're ever driving, you see one. They are rare. They're also sometimes called barn owls. But if you ever see one, because they typically don't come out at night, so if you're driving during the day and you see one, your divine team, your angels, they're talking to you. So pay attention to that. But the white spotted owls, they are white hawks. They're spiritual. They're trying. Okay, so for many of you, what they're saying with this is they're trying to bring you in some spiritual blessings. They're going to move your life into the future. You see this hawk's taking off into the future. They're trying to bless your life. They're trying to take you into the future. These changes, these things that you're going through, a lot of it does require you listening to your intuition, trusting your intuition, because you're just not seeing the whole picture and how it's going to end. And then the majority of us are all learning faith. It's a big test of our faith at this time. They need you just to have faith and trust that divine knowing that you have, because we all have that divine knowing, and you have it. So they're asking you to just trust it this month, because for many of you, you're very stressed because you don't know the outcome. It's been taking a long time. You aren't nearing the end. You really are. So trust that. Listen to your inner knowing, your inner guidance, because they're going to be moving you forward. The next thing is it's going to be this month. Okay, so we are going to go ahead for all signs. We're going to pull an angel answer card real fast. So Gemini, you have, think of a question. So all the signs, there's some question you still have, something that wasn't answered, go ahead and think of your question. I'm going to pull an angel answer card for each of you. So let's go ahead and get started. Gemini, you're ready. Okay. Who's this? Libra? Okay, Libra, you get 2. And Aquarius. I know these are not right upside down. Okay. So, just means Nicole messed her cards up earlier. Or my little fur helpers did. Okay, so let me get the book real quick. We're going to read these. Let's start off with Gemini. Okay. You're ready. And all 3 of your signs, these are beautiful. All 3 of them. You all had great readings. For May, you're ready. All your past experiences have led to this moment. You've studied and grown spiritually in many ways. There's nothing more to do. You're ready to move forward and to embrace the person you know in your heart you are meant to be. The world is anxiously awaiting the contributions that following your life purpose will provide. You may have to put yourself first in the situation. It's time to do what is right for you. We were talking earlier with your situation card. Some of you are being influenced, we'll say, by family and such, but standing firm to what you desire. Okay, Libra, you have yes, and this is the one with the exclamation point. Bravo, the decision you've made is the right one. There is no need to continue to sort through additional options. You know what to do, and you should move forward with your plans. You've made the correct choice for your personal growth and development. However, some decisions can be a true challenge. If the task ahead of you is daunting or even sad, then proceed with your plans in a way that is life-affirming and self-loving. Ask your angels to be with you every step of the way, and don't hesitate to call upon friends and family for support. And you have within the next few months. So earlier, you know how they were talking about how they gave me a timeline for you, and same for most of you by this summer. And they were saying that they were going to have a card and it was going to be tied to it. Well, there we go. So it is going to happen. Your first step is to just get yourself untied. That's step 1. And you are going to be successful this month, Libra. You are. What you asked about will happen this month or soon thereafter. Your patience is rewarded. And last, for Aquarius that have some awesomeness coming in. Big, happy changes. Big positive changes are coming into your life. You may find yourself on a new career path, entering a new relationship, or moving to a new home or city. Embrace these exciting events, knowing that your angels will be beside you all the way. What you are asking about may require you to take leaps of faith that seem frightening or beyond your ability. Trust that the opportunities before you are meant to bring you happiness. These options would not have presented themselves unless you were ready for them. Release your fears and follow your heart. So hopefully that helps, air signs. I wish you an amazing month filled with a lot of love, joy, and blessings.